Hello, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started tonight. We will start lying on our backs because that always is so nice. So take a big, deep inhale, breathing in, filling up your lungs with air. And then exhale everything out nice and slowly. Take another big, slow, deep inhale. And then exhale everything out. This time, go ahead and place your hands around your rib cage. And as you breathe in, you can feel your rib cage expand side to side. And then slowly exhale everything out. One more breath like this. And exhale everything out. This time, bring one hand to your chest and then place the other hand on top of it. Let your elbows get heavy. Feel that weight on top of you. Let the back of your head get heavy into the mat. Let your hips get heavy into the mat, like the backs of your legs. Let your feet relax. If you want to close your eyes, you can go ahead and do that here. Bringing your intention and focus inside of you. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how you're doing. If you want to set an intention for your practice, now is a great time to do that. All right, so we are going to let our feet come down, let our hands come down to the mat, palms down. Slide your right leg up and into your chest, letting the thigh get heavy, letting the knee track towards your armpit. Notice where your leg is, and now interlace your hands around your shins, put some weight on that shin, and notice the space that you take up by moving your leg closer to your chest, closer to your armpit. Rotate your ankle in one direction, and then rotate your ankle in another direction. It was 88 degrees in here when I got here morning. Flex your right foot and go ahead and extend your right leg up to the ceiling. So I'm going to encourage you to keep your right foot flexed and then flex your left foot at the same time. So I want you to feel that stretch, that opposition of your right leg to your left leg, and you can hold on to your leg gently behind the calf. Breathing here. Feeling the big stretch through the back of your leg. And now we're going to gently bend our right knee again, and this time drag the right leg all the way across to the left, opening your right arm, looking over your right shoulder. Breathing. Roll back onto your back, place both feet on the ground, knees up to the ceiling, and tick-tock your knees or windshield wiper your knees right to left. Rolling through your hips, rolling through your lower back. And now extend your right leg away from you. Draw your left knee into your chest. Don't use your hands yet. See where you can get your leg with its own strength, with its own space. And now go ahead and interlace your fingers around your shin. Let the weight of your arms encourage your knee closer into your armpit. And breathe here. Twirl the left ankle in one direction and twirl it in the other direction. Flex your left foot, extend your foot up to the ceiling, straightening the leg as much as you can. Now with your hips on the ground, you're engaging your belly button. Flex your right foot and reach that leg on the ground away from you. So you're making this very strong L shape. There's a lot of action going on in your legs right now. Breathing here. And now we're going to bend the left knee and drag it over to the right side, coming into your recline twist. Looking over your left shoulder. Breathing here. Roll back onto your back. Draw both knees into your chest. Stir your knees. Stirring the pot and switch directions. And now crossing one ankle over the other or holding your knees in, you can roll back and forth on your spine. And if the rolling back and forth isn't good for you, you can roll over onto your side and press yourself up into a seated position. But eventually we're going to roll maybe all the way over into our tabletop position. Or just roll to the side and maintain your tabletop position. Both are adequate. All right, line yourself up so your fingers are spread, your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Think about lengthening your spine. Now it's 83 degrees in here. Breathe here, stare straight down. Drop your belly, open your heart, big inhale. Don't worry, I'll get you sweating. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale, roll forward. And this time, exhale back to neutral. We're going to reach our right arm forward, left leg back, lift them up off the mat, and then drop them back down to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap down. Now this time, inhale, lift up, draw your elbow to the side, your knee to the side, and then straighten back out. Working your core for balance. And if this is too much, you can always keep your leg or your hand on the ground. One more. And we're going to lower both our knee and our hand. Now we're going to reach up our right arm all the way up to the sky and then exhale, thread the right arm under. Reach back up, twisting, warming up our spine. Exhale back under. Last one, reach up. This time as we exhale through, we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. See if you can roll back onto the outer edge of your right shoulder. Maybe you come up onto your left fingertips. Maybe your left arm reaches up into the sky. Now notice if you just shifted all your weight into one knee. See if you can even that back out, pressing the shoelace portions of your feet into the ground. Maybe you even reach that left arm all the way around to your right waist or hip crease. Take one more breath here. And now slowly unwind, pressing yourself back up to your tabletop position. Turn your fingertips to face you. Rock back and forth, stretching out your forearms. Going back to work full time has definitely affected my forearms and my keyboarding and my typing and my hunching. All right, turn your fingertips back towards the front of the room. Extend your left leg back, right arm out. Lift and lower. Lift up and lower. Lift and lower. One more time, lift up, hold here. And now knee to the side, elbow to the side, reach back out in front of you. Knee to the side, elbow to the side, and reach back out. Knee to the side, elbow to the side, reach back out. One more, because I lost count. And lower everything back down underneath you. All right, we're gonna peel our left arm up to the ceiling and then exhale, thread it through. Inhale, reach it all the way up. Exhale, thread it through. One more, reach it up. And on this exhale, you're gonna thread it through, come all the way down to the left ear, rolling onto the outer edge of your left shoulder. Lifting up onto your fingertips, maybe. Maybe you can reach your right arm up into the sky. Breathe here. And now drop your right hand behind you onto your waist. If it's available. One more breath. And then slowly unwind. Come back up into your tabletop position. Maybe this time you turn your fingertips out to the side and make small circles in one direction. And then small circles in the other direction. And then come back to neutral. Slide your hands out in front of you. Curl your toes under and peel your hips up, coming into your downward facing dog. Straighten yourself out if you need to. And then let your heels get heavy. Press into the L-shaped fingers. Press into your fingertips and your knuckles. Feel your arms lengthen. What we really want to focus on here is our spine lengthening. So our crown of our head reaching away from our tailbone. Staying straight and long. Inhale, pull forward to plank. Lower your knees down, shift your hips back, child's pose. Pull up into your downward facing dog. Pull forward to plank. Lower your knees, shift your hips back to child's pose. We'll do this little flow a few more times. So lift your hips up for downward facing dog. Pull forward to plank. Lower your knees, shift back to child's pose. Downward facing dog. Plank. Knees down. Child's pose. Take a pause here. Go ahead and roll your forehead side to side if that feels good for you. And now coming back up into your downward facing dog. We're gonna float our left leg up behind us. And we're gonna step our left leg to the outside of our left hand. So coming into our lizard lunge. Opening our heart forward. And now we're gonna reach our left arm up. We're gonna bring our left hand behind our head, and we're gonna twist our left elbow towards our right hand, and then open back up. Twist our left elbow towards our right hand, open back up. One more twist. And open. Reach your left arm up, reach it forward, and slide it onto the inside of your left hand. Step back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, coming back into lizard on the other side. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Bring your right hand behind your head or towards your ear. And then exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right elbow towards your left hand. If you need to lower your back knee down, you can absolutely do that to help with your balance. One more. And open up, reach your right arm up to the ceiling, reach it forward and slide it inside your right foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Gaze forward at your hands and take a bazillion little tiny baby steps to make your feet walk up towards your hands. We're going to get up here. We're going to hang out in our forward fold for a moment. See if you can Bend your knees softly, let your head get heavy and feel stretching through all the muscles in the backs of your legs. And now pressing down through your feet, start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Lifting your belly button up to your spine as you round your back before it comes up too straight. Your head coming up absolutely last. Once you're up and standing, feel the weight evenly between your legs. Inhale your shoulders up and circle them back. Inhale your shoulders up and circle them back. One more time. Inhale your shoulders, circle them back. Reach your arms behind you. And now inhale your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, flat back, reaching the crown of your head forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot and then your left foot back. Hold here in your plank position. Reach your heels back, spread all 10 toes on the mat. Lower your knees. Softly bend your elbows and lower your entire torso and head down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Baby cobra. Exhale back down. Coming through tabletop. Curl your toes under, meet me in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Gazing forward at your hands. Maybe you take 500 million steps this time, so they're a little bit bigger. Bringing your feet up to meet your hands. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, lengthen flat spine, extending from your lower back, your middle back, your upper back. And then bring your arms all the way out and up overhead. Exhale your hands down by your side. Roll your shoulders back. 1, 2, 3 times. Reach your arms behind you like a cape and then swing them up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands, step one leg and then the other back to plank. Hold here. You can either lower your knees or lower your entire body all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, baby cobra. Exhale down. Either press straight up to plank or come through tabletop and meet me in downward facing dog. Let your heels get heavy. Press the mat away from you. Lift your hips up to the ceiling and breathe. So maybe you take even fewer steps. So take bigger steps to get your hands up to your feet up towards your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up. Exhale your hands down through heart center. This time we're going to roll our shoulders forward. So roll them forward, roll them forward, roll them forward. We're still reaching our arms back like a cape. Swing them up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or float back to chaturanga. Bend your elbows halfway down. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And breathe here. Take one more. Big inhale. And then take 1 or 2 giant steps or float your feet up to meet your hands. Coming into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back, nice long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, press yourself all the way up to stand and let your arms come down by your side. All right. Wait till you see all the fun I have planned tonight. Reach your arms out in front. And yes, my definition of fun might be a little bit different.
with your arms as parallel as you can get them to the mat. Let your shoulders relax and now sit back into your chair position. Now notice here, if you can see your toes, you want to make sure you can see your toes. If you can't, you need to shift your weight back a little bit. Still drawing your belly button and getting your spine nice and long. So there's a reach in your fingertips and a reach back through your hips. So you're feeling this long stretching. Take one more breath here. And now we're going to shift the weight into our left foot and slide our right leg behind us and come into a high lunge. Breathe here. See how straight you can get your right leg. And now straighten your front leg. Exhale, pull your elbows and your knee down. Inhale, lengthen back up. Lift your back heel up, Annalise. Turn your toes straight towards me. There you go, more parallel foot. And pull back down. So it's more of a high lunge than a warrior one. Stretch back up. One more, we're gonna come down and we're gonna hold here. We're not. Don't do it if you're making that face. And now stand back up. Open into your warrior two. Bending your left knee, pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Breathe here. Straighten your left leg, touch your fingers overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Straighten your leg, fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Bring yourself up. Exhale, melt. Pause here. Now we're going to straighten our leg, bringing our fingertips back up to meet. Now turn your left foot so it's parallel with your right foot. Bring your hands to heart center. Bend your right knee. So you're going into a side lunge. Maybe lift your left toes up off the mat. You can stick your butt behind you. You can bring your hands down to the floor. Sitting here in this side lunge. Yep. Nice. Nice. And then we're going to come back into our warrior two. So you're shifting your weight back into your front foot. Turn your left palm up. Exhale back. Peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Take one more breath. And we're going to cartwheel our hands down into a low lunge. Plant your right hand down, twist up to the left. Reach your right heel back, left arm up. Bring your left hand down, step back into plank, go through your version of your vinyasa, so knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Gaze forward to your hands. And bring your feet up to meet your hands, however is comfortable for you. Hang heavy. Now from here, you're going to start to bend your knees, reach your arms forward, come back into that chair pose. And then stand all the way up. Bring your arms down by your side. All right. Bring those arms parallel to the sky, to the floor. Sit your way back into your heels. Make sure you can see your toes. So I like my feet to be a little bit like hip distance apart. I find my balance is better that way. Some people like to have their feet really close together, but that's not for me. Sit back, go a little bit lower. Now we're going to slide our left foot back, bringing our arms up, coming into high lunge. Reaching your arms up. And now straighten your front leg. As you bend both knees, bring your elbows down. You can come all the way down to touch your knee to the mat if you want, or you can stand tall and just pull your arms down. Nice. One more. And now we're going to twist Coming into warrior two. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg, fingertips tap overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, lengthen, tap overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Reach on up. Exhale, melt. Pause here. All right, now we're gonna straighten our front leg, fingertips touch, turn your right toes towards the left, feet are parallel. Bring your hands to heart center. We're gonna shift our weight into our left knee, bending our left knee, lateral lunge. You can turn your right toes up, you can touch the floor for balance, hands on your waist, whatever works for you. One more breath here, and then we're gonna exit into warrior two, back to the front of our mat. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. And then cartwheel your hands all the way down, low lunge. Peel your right arm up, coming, excuse me, into that twist. Holding here. And then bring your right hand down, slide your right leg back, your inclined pose. Choose your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. We'll pause here. One more breath. And now move your feet up towards your hands. Hang heavy in your forward fold. And then bend your knees, letting your hips come back as your arms reach out in front of you. And then stand up nice and tall, letting your hands come down by your side. So we're back at the front of our mat. All right, reach your arms parallel. Sit back into your chair pose. Breathe here. We're gonna add on a little bit. Take one more breath, sit a little bit lower. Now we're gonna push down, stand up into lifting our heels off the ground. And then we're gonna sit back down. Stand up, lift your heels up. One more time, sit down. Stand up, lifting your heels. Lower your heels down, pick that right foot up, slide it back, coming into your high lunge. Bend the knee down, reach back up. We're only gonna do that one time this time. Open into your warrior two. Straighten your front leg, fingertips tap overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Straighten and tap overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Last time, straighten. This time, turn your left toes so your feet are parallel. Bring your hands down to your heart center or your waist. Bend your right knee coming into your lateral lunge. You can turn your left toes up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Feel the inner left thigh start to stretch open. Make sure you've got the weight even in your right foot. And now we're going to crawl around to a low lunge. Right foot down, or left foot down, right foot back. Plant your right hand, twist up to the left. You have the option here to come into a supported side plank or a full side plank, or no side plank for that matter. Balancing here, you can bring your foot behind, in front, or on top. Now reach your left arm forward so your bicep is by your ear, and then rotate down into your high plank. Take a moment here and then decide what vinyasa you want to do. Choosing the path that works for you, and we will all meet in our downward facing dog. Breathing here. Letting our heels get heavy. Taking a breath to recenter and refocus. Gaze forward at your hands and bring your feet towards your hands. Hang heavy in your forward fold. Sit your hips back, coming into your chair pose, reach your arms out in front, take one breath, pause, and then stand all the way up, arms down by your side. Take a moment before we start the second side, readjust your feet if you need to. Reach your arms out in front. Sit your hips back, coming into your chair pose. Breathe here. All right, remember we did the balance where we press down, stand up, lift your heels. Come all the way back down into chair. You can hold on to a wall or a chair if you need to. And then sit back down. One more, lifting your heels up. And now let your heels come down to the ground. Shift the weight into your right foot, slide your left leg back, coming into your high lunge. Bend your left knee, straighten it up, open into your warrior two. Beautiful. Bring your arms to touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Bring your arms to touch overhead. Exhale, melt back down. This time you're going to bring your arms up. Straight legs, turn your right toes to the left, bring your hands to heart center or your waist. Shift your weight into your left knee, lift your right toes up, coming into that side lunge. Breathing here. Feel your right heel dig into the mat, stretching that inner thigh out. One more breath. We're going to walk over, stay nice and low into our low lunge. Left leg back, left hand down, right arm twist up and open. Stay here in this twist or rotate, coming into a side plank or a modified side plank. Stacking your feet, stacking your hips, your knees. Reach your arm up to the ceiling and now reach your fingertips past your head, right bicep by right ear, rotating your hand down, coming into plank. Breathe here. Choose your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga. Child's pose. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Gaze forward at your hands. And let your feet travel up to your hands. Sit your hips back, coming into your chair pose. And then stand all the way up, back into your Tadasana. Standing nice and tall at the top of your mat. Find that balance evenly between your right foot and your left foot. One more time through, adding a little on, changing it up. Reach your arms out in front of you. Sit your hips back into your chair pose. Really into my chair pose tonight. Breathe here. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Come back up to center. Twist left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. That's what I said last time, but that's not what I meant. Come back up to center. Twist the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Reach your right leg back, coming into a revolved high lunge. Take one more breath here. And now untwist, reach your arms up, coming into a high lunge. A lot of balance, a lot of core work. Turn your right foot down, open into your warrior two. Lift yourself up nice and straight. Exhale, melt back down. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg, fingertips touch overhead, turn your left toe, hands to heart center. Breathe in, exhale, bend your right knee, lift your left toes. Pause here. Bring your hands down to the floor, shift your weight into a forward fold. Let your hands plant on the floor, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold forward as deep as your body will allow. In this forward fold, maybe you walk your fingertips back to be in line with your toes. Maybe you have the ability to reach your hands back behind you, fingertips facing away from you. Getting nice and deep and relaxed. Coming back to flat back. Gently soften your knees, roll yourself back up, hands on your waist. Turn your left toes to the front of your mat. Exhale back into warrior two. Bend your left arm, bring it onto your left thigh, reach your right arm up and over. Bicep by ear. It feels so nice here. We're going to keep reaching that right arm down to the ground. Left arm to the outside of the left foot. You're in your low lunge. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. We are having that opportunity again to go into your side plank if you choose. Make sure you're pressing into your entire right hand. Lift your left hip up to the ceiling. Reach your left arm to the front of your mat. And then roll into your high plank. Hold here. Choose your vinyasa or take a break. We are plenty warm and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Couple slow deep breaths here. Gaze forward at your hands and walk your feet up. Forward fold. Head hangs heavy. Weight back in the heels, bend your knees, coming into your chair pose. And then stand all the way up, let your arms open wide down by your side. Stand tall. Find your balance between your right side and your left side. Sit back in your heels, reach your arms forward so they're parallel with the ground. Breathe here. Bring your hands to heart center. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist left elbow to right knee. Come back to center. Breathe in, exhale, twist right elbow to left knee. Come back to center. Twist left elbow to right knee. Shift the weight onto your right foot. Slide your left leg back. We are in a twisted high lunge. Take one more breath here. And then unwind into your high lunge. Open into your warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to your warrior two. Straighten your right leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale back into your warrior two. Lengthen and straighten this time. Turn your right foot so it's parallel. Bring your hands to heart center. Shift your weight into your left leg. Coming into that lateral lunge, you can lift your right toes up off the ground. Take one more deep breath here. Bring your hands down to the ground and shift your weight so it's even between both feet. You are in your forward fold. Let your head come down closer to the ground. Roll your weight in your feet ever so subtly. You can almost slip a Metro card or a credit card underneath your heels. You're slightly, ever so slightly tipping forward. One more breath here. Softly bend your knees, bringing your hands to your hips. Come all the way back up. Squeezing your glutes for balance. Open up into warrior two, front of your mat. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh, reach your left arm up. Exhale your left hand over. Breathe here. Bring your left hand all the way down, right hand on the outside of the right foot. Twist up to the right. and the opportunity to take your side plank. Lifting the hip up, reaching for the ceiling, and then reach your right arm forward, past your head, rolling into your high plank. Choose your vinyasa. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Gaze forward at your hands and bring your feet up to meet your hands. Hang heavy in your forward fold. Sit yourself back into your chair pose. And then stand all the way up, arms by your side. All right, we're going to bring our hands to our heart center or to our waist, whichever feels more comfortable. We're going to slowly bend our knees and reach for the floor as we slowly come all the way down, opening our knees. Heels up, coming into a bit of a squat. Nice. And then roll back onto our bums, lifting our shins up parallel to the floor. If you would like, you can reach your arms forward for your boat pose. If you're comfortable here, you can straighten one leg or both legs. Palms facing up to the ceiling, your heart is open. And now gently tap both feet back down to the ground, hold onto your shins, and round your spine like you're making a cat spine. Sit back up, cross your heels, come onto your shins, and sit back on your heels. Now think about sitting up tall where you're lengthening your tailbone, your shoulders are over your hips. We're going to do some camels, some back bends. So you're going to come all the way up onto your shins. I like to, give myself a little bit of space here in between my thighs. If your knees are sensitive, definitely double up your mat underneath you. Close. Turn your toes underneath so you have a little bit of a kickstand on your feet. Bring your hands to your back pockets as if you've had on pants. Now you can watch me for the first one, or you can go ahead and join me. We're going to do what's called dancing camel. So we're going to sit our hips back as we reach our right arm across the front of our body and then up and back. And then you sit your hips back, bring the right arm back to its pocket. Switch sides. Left arm comes up and across, looking back. Left arm comes down, back to its pocket. So it's up to you how much of a back bend you want to take here. It might just be in your upper back. We're really just looking at what kind of flexibility we have. We're not setting any world records. We're trying to make sure that our spine has mobility in multiple directions. All right, let's do one more each side. And then we will meet back in that kneeling position. Nice. So you can keep your toes tucked as you come back into this kneeling position. It's a little strenuous, but spring is coming, summer's coming. This is good for your flip-flop sandal wearing foot strength. You might even want to peel that little tiny pinky toe out from underneath there and encourage it to join the party. All right, let's progress this camel if you have interest. So we're going to come back up. We're going to place our hands on our hips. And we're going to press our hips gently forward, opening our heart up to the ceiling. So think about your elbows magnetizing towards each other. You're going to feel some strain up here. Your hips go forward. Let your head go back, but don't, you're not on a guillotine or something. All right. Now, if you are a more advanced person and you want to reach for your heels, they're there. but it's not necessarily necessary. And if back bending isn't something you do all the time, I don't advise that you do that. Instead, think about letting your shoulders go. And then slowly peel all the way up. And this time we're gonna untuck our toes and sit back down. I know the urge is to roll forward and bend forward, but hold off on that for just a moment. And now let's make our way onto our bum. And slowly, slow roll, reach your arms out in front of you. Nice and long spine. We're gonna exhale and roll down for 10. I'm gonna wait for everyone so that we can all do it again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now from here, we are going to extend our right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to extend our left leg away from us, reminiscent of the very beginning of class. Both legs, yes. So you feel that opposition. Now, with your palms down on the ground, I want you to use your belly strength to slide your left foot onto the mat so your left knee is up to the sky. We're going to bend our right knee, place our left ankle onto our left knee, right ankle onto our left knee, coming into our figure 4. Gently press your right thigh away from you, feeling the stretch gently through your inner thigh, keeping your right foot flexed. And now lift your left shin up so it's parallel to the mat. Going nice and slow in this figure 4. I know we all know how to get there, but if we slow it down, we can really feel each little step. Now reach behind your left thigh, interlace your fingers, and gently guide your left thigh towards you, continuing to apply pressure with your right elbow towards your right thigh. Keep your feet flexed for added spiciness. And then maybe it feels good to do a little rock side to side. But as you rock side to side, see if you can keep your legs exactly where they are so that the rock is really coming from the lower back and the hips. You're not twisting in your waist. Nice. All right, extend both legs up to the ceiling. You can let your feet soften. You can shake your legs, a little bit of noodle action. And now flex both feet. Lower your right leg all the way down. Left foot flexes up into the air. So you feel that dynamic of the one leg reaching away from the other leg. Nice. And now using your core, slide your right heel onto the mat, right foot on the mat. Bend the left knee. Place the left ankle on the right knee. Press the left leg away from you. Feel the right hip drop into the mat, left thigh gently being pressed away. And now flex the right foot, bring the right shin up so it's parallel with the mat. Reach behind the right thigh, interlace your fingers, and slowly draw your right knee in towards your chest. Nice, everyone. And now from here, as you're pressing your left elbow into your left thigh, maybe you rock side to side. All right, reach both legs up to the ceiling, shake them out. We're gonna flex both of our feet. Bring your fingertips behind your ears, letting your elbows lay on the mat. Keeping the back of your head on your mat, you're gonna lower your right leg down to the ground, almost, don't let it touch. And then lift your right leg back up. Lower your left leg down. Only lower as far as you can lower without your lower back popping off the mat. Bring your left leg back up. Lower your right leg down again. And lift that back up. And lower your left leg down. Exhale, lift it back up. One more round. If you choose, you can lift your head, neck, and shoulders off. So lower your right leg down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale your left leg down. Exhale, lift it up, lower your head back to the mat. Bend your knees, hug your knees into your armpits. And take a breath here. Lower your feet onto the mat. And let's set up for a bridge pose. So knees pointing up to the ceiling, feet flat and parallel, palms facing down. And start to slowly peel one vertebra at a time. So starting with your lower back, and then your middle back, and then your upper back. If you're here, you can interlace your fingers behind your back and shimmy your shoulders together to get a deeper stretch. See if you can slow your breath down. Press into your big toe and your pinky toe. Try and keep your thighs parallel. And now release your hands. Slowly lower your back down one vertebra at a time. Open your arms into a T or a cactus, and then let your legs gently rock side to side. We'll do one more. You can either do a bridge or a wheel or legs up to the ceiling. If you have a block, maybe you want to place your block underneath your hips for a supported bridge. Or you can lift both legs straight up to the ceiling. Slowing everything down. If you want to take another full bridge pose, both feet are on the ground, knees are up to the ceiling, palms face down. And now peel up one vertebra at a time, coming into another back bend. Interlace your fingers behind your back if you want to deepen that up. Pressing your triceps down into the mat. Beautiful. Release the grip of your hands. Slowly lower down, upper back, middle back, lower back. And now let your feet come all the way back down to the mat. And tick-tock your knees right to left. We'll do one final twist. So extend your right leg away from you, hug your left knee in, drop your left knee all the way over to the right, extend your left arm out, look over your left shoulder. Big, deep, slow inhale. So a fun variation on a big side twist like this is to bend your lower knee, your right knee, and then see if you can catch your right foot with your left hand. It's called catching the tiger's tail. It just gives you a little bit more of a bind to this twist. Another option would be to extend your top leg, your left leg out if you wanted to get deeper into your outer thigh. And then release whatever you may be exploring there. Rolling back onto your back. Extend one leg and then the other away from you. Now slide that right knee up into your chest. And then bring the right knee over to the left. Looking over the right shoulder. Letting your knee get heavy. And then if you want to explore bending that bottom leg, reaching for your left toes with your right hand, a little bit of a pretzel bind, feels good. Maybe. And then release that. Coming back onto your back. Maybe you want to draw your knees into your armpits. Maybe you need a happy baby. If there's anything else that you need, go ahead and do that. Move around. Take these last few moments. And then extend one leg and then the other. one arm and then the other. Let the back of your head get heavy into the mat. Maybe even lift up your shoulder blades and pull them down. Lift up your tailbone, draw it down. Feel your spine lengthen. Take a big inhale, fill your entire body up with air. And then let it all out. Take another big, deep inhale. And let it all. Bring your focus and attention to your feet and your toes. Scrunch them up, curl them in, tighten the muscles of your feet, and then exhale. Let them go, shake them out, let them relax. Bring the attention and focus and energy to your legs, to your shins, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your quads. Squeeze everything together. And then exhale, let it go. Shake it out. Let it relax. Bring your energy, focus, and attention to your hips. Squeeze your bum, tighten your waist, draw your belly button in, and then exhale. Let it go, shake it out, let it relax. Bring your energy and attention to your hands. Place your thumb inside your palm, wrap your fingers around your thumb, squeeze, and then let it go, shake it out, let it relax. Bring your energy and attention to your arms, your forearms, your elbows, your biceps, your triceps. Tighten and squeeze every single muscle in your arms. And then exhale, let them go. Shake them out. Bring your energy and attention to your chest, your shoulders, your upper back. Squeeze it in like you're drawing all this into the center of your body. And then exhale, let it go. Shake it out. Relax. Bring your energy and attention to your neck, to your head, to your face. Squeeze and tense the muscles in your neck. Scrunch your cheeks, purse your lips, close your eyes as tight as you can, scrunching up your whole entire face. And then exhale, let it go. From the crown of your head all the way down through your body to your toes, squeeze, engage, and tense every single muscle, squeezing it all together. Take one breath in, hold that breath. And now exhale, let it all out. Let it go. Let it go. Slow your breathing down and move into the stillness of your Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath, filling your lungs up. Maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. Let your head gently rock side to side. And slowly bring movement back into your body. Maybe reach your arms overhead, take a big stretch like you're just waking up. And then when you're ready, roll onto one side, curling up. And hang out there for a few breaths, letting your body adjust to these new movements. From here, you'll slowly press yourself back up into a seated position. Sit up nice and tall, bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, feel your heartbeat, feel your breath, feel the life moving around inside of you. Acknowledge and thank yourself for all of your work and effort tonight. And I thank you all for letting me guide you through this practice. Namaste. Thank you.